Okay, dokie. Anybody home? Late owls. Any late owl out there? Say hi. Good night. Good evening. Good morning. Good what time it is. Okay, so here we are again. After a very, very busy day. I can hear myself for some reason. I have to mute some of the computers around. So, here we are again, huh? We are back again. Thank you so much for people who don't sleep like me. Late owls. Late owls. Very, very late in many countries. Even here, it's already late. Bedtime. But we are here to talk football. Okay, get around. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a friend to join us. All the good stuff so we can start rocking. Okay, dokie. So, very interesting day. An interesting transfer development at the moment. So we're going to talk all about what is happening. Browser, interact. Yeah, I have to narrow it. And then take it to here. Okay, almost there. How everybody is feeling today? Happy? Not happy? Are you a Chelsea fan? You are another fan from another team? What do you think about last weekend Premier League stuff? How you feel about it? So I'm on Twitter. If you're on Twitter for some reason, you can follow me. I follow people back. This is my page here, Green Turf. You're gonna find all my activities and my comedies and my positive vibes. Chelsea women actually beat Arsenal today in DC, Washington, DC. So Chelsea are painting America blue. We beat them everywhere, Arsenal. So America is blue, DC is blue. And I made some other videos about the game. Madueke hat-trick, JOAO FELIX amazing debut, and some other stuff. Obi Mikel against Nicholas Jackson. All the good stuff you're gonna find on the channel. And I tell you what, Mikhailo Mudryk, it looks like he doesn't have a future here. The manager is giving him a chance to play, but it looks like he doesn't take the chance, or he doesn't understand anything. So Misha need to be careful. I don't know if we're gonna loan him out the last minute, but you have to keep an open mind. I will really hate to see him sit on the bench at Chelsea. I just want to see him play regular games for him to improve. We were lucky today that this Mosquera guy didn't touch people's behind. You know that guy against Arsenal, the Wolves player, he was touching people's private during the game. So I didn't really... Today he was disciplined. But yeah. So this is kind of highlight. Noni Madueke. Hat-trick hero today. Nicholas Jackson, a header. Can you believe it? Even Jackson can score a header? So yeah, this is my page. Just plugging myself here before we start. Kind of settling a little bit. Settling. If you have time, you can call us. You don't have time, you can just smash the like button or ask a question in the comment. And there we go. You know. Mr. Henry, I'm trying to take you here, but you're just disconnecting yourself all the time. I'm trying to get you here. You're just far away. So we have the first comment here from my brother Andrew. Fell asleep a little bit. Oh, you did? 7:31. Good for you. Over here, yeah. Arizona is still like 4 hours behind me. So you guys still a lot of time to kill until bedtime. Yeah, good. Just fall asleep a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. How was the church? Good? Church is always good. It's peaceful. You feel connected to God. You meet some people over there. You know, good. So, Andrew, man. Andrew, my brother. Okay. So, Mr. Canada, you can continue to try to call because you are having some issues with your connection. 7:30 p.m. in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. The funny thing is, I think there is a time difference. I don't know if I'm talking crap here, but it might be a time difference between Phoenix and Prescott, Arizona, where I go often to visit the family. I think somebody told me so. I never like spent a night in Phoenix, but from the airport you take, the shuttle is waiting for you right there by the airport. You just take it right there, boom, and you drive so for long time really to get there. Probably about 2 hours. I don't understand why they don't have like a big airport over there. But it's a small mountain kind of little American city. So, all right. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. God bless you, because this time around, people are tired. You say because you woke up so early for the game. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. Imagine some games here, like we wake up, like it start like 7:30 Eastern. So in your location might be like 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning. So people don't just realize how much sacrifice we have to make to watch games. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, you woke up early, and you need some nap. All right. Okay, so while we are waiting for people to call or comment, I will go ahead and start talking about anything really. But what are we gonna start here is what? Premier League. Let's go to the Premier League, right? They are praising Cole Palmer everywhere. Mr. Cool, 3 assists today. Hat-trick of assists and 1 goal. That brother is going places. Yeah. And I saw people try to play down our win today against Wolves. The same people were going to kill us if we didn't beat them. And they were all of us in the first half. People were celebrating already because we are losing and Chelsea. And then when we win, the same people start criticizing now or saying that we, probably the opposition was weak. They were not weak. They were so tough in the first half. They almost scored, They almost won that game in the first half if they scored all their chances. So the second half, we came up with a new strategy and we killed them, and people need to give us credit. Van Dijk is focused on creating new memories and on a slot. No. Remember the song from Mr. Jurgen Klopp? He doesn't want to talk about his contract. So something is telling me that he might leave next season. Mr. Van Dijk. He doesn't want to renew his contract. Trent Alexander-Arnold also, when he was subbed today, he was so angry on the bench, just trying to create some issues so he can go to Madrid. So watch out. Next season, Liverpool might lose Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent. It's going to be a brand new team next season. So they have to enjoy them until it lasts. Okay. Andrew says that, are you doing another show tomorrow? I don't have work tomorrow, actually, which is nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might have another show, but I don't know what time, though, because I depend on the house here and my work, too. Like, mostly, like, I'm trying to create this, like, a habit of having a show every night when everybody is sleeping and nobody is bothering me here. I have, like, the entire area myself. I'm trying to do this, but now that we have a lot of breaking news, transfer news all the time, sometimes it takes time to make a video, edit a video, and all that takes hours. So probably it's better to go live and talk. But I will see. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be there, but night, probably the same as today. Trying to create some habit, but depend on many factors. All right. I think Sunday people really are so tired. Weekend, parties, games, they are already sleeping. That's why we don't have anybody right now. Don't have many people, but I mean, people calling, that's what I meant. But there are so many people watching now, which I really appreciate that that people are watching this time. Manchester City. So, here at the table, after 2 games. So, people with 6 point perfect start. City, Brighton, Arsenal, and Liverpool. And then teams with 4 points, which means one win and 1 draw. Spurs, Newcastle United, and Nottingham Forest. And teams with 3 points, which mean only one win and one loss. We have Chelsea, West Ham, Fulham, Manchester United, Aston Villa, Brentford, Bournemouth, and Bournemouth. Let me see again. No, Bournemouth had no. What I'm talking about, Brentford, Bournemouth 2 points, which means they drew or they are 2 games. So they have 2 points, and then 1 point, only one team, Leicester City, and then 0 point, Southampton, Crystal Palace, Ipswich, Wolves, and Everton. So that is the table that we have at the moment. Arsenal are already celebrating the title and the quadruple, as always, every single season. When they win 2 games, that's it. This is our year. Bigger fish to fry. We're going to win everything. Blah, 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 blah. And at the end, the elephant always comes down. All right. Mark, are you? Oh, Mark, are you still there? And
yeah, you can start with ice. I see ice is around.
Ice, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay, brother. What's going on?
Hey, man, we're still basking in the glory of a 6-2 victory, so that's fantastic news. Yeah, what's on the menu this evening?
On the menu, well, we talk about the result a little bit, and then we can move to transfer because it's only 6 days to go.
Yeah.
And Osimhen, apparently, they got a bid from Saudi.
Al-Ali, right? Al-Ali.
Yeah, Al-Ali, and Chelsea won't pay that kind of money, and he doesn't want to take a price cut, and he's demanding for a release clause in Saudi. Like, now he has no choice. Nobody want to pay that money in Europe. No PSG, no Chelsea. But Saudi, he's going there because he has no choice and he doesn't want to stay at Napoli. And he doesn't want to take a price cut. So he's hoping to go there, have a good season, and come back to Europe, the way I see it, because he's demanding for a release clause. So he doesn't want to be stuck over there. And I think he still got ambitions, but now the last minute, no choice. So that's it. That's one of the topic. Another topic we're going to discuss is going to be the Jadon Sancho link is getting very strong. Very, very strong. Interesting. Sky Sports talking about it. Watch Chelsea. And knowing how my club been doing this season, with the players that we have, like Chaluba, Chile, people like that, Chukwuemeka, we might make a deal and it might surprise people, and you see Sancho. Another thing that we're going to discuss is also Nicholas Jackson responding to
Obi Mikel.
So those are things. We're not really going to take too long here because people need to work. Tomorrow is Monday.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to respect this appointment. I want to make it a little bit of habit, but
the schedule.
Yeah, people are really tired the whole weekend. Been drinking, partying, watching games. So Sunday is kind of people really are down. They want to sleep. They want to get some energy to work on Monday. So yeah, whatever topic you wanna bring on the table, you go.
No, it's just, starting with the game, recap on the game. Like everyone says, it was a game of 2 halves. The first half was very disappointing. I basically almost gave up on the game, and second half was just a breath of fresh air. All guns were blazing. Everybody was stuck in, and the result was just fantastic. So the goal is to continue from where we stopped. there's no need to be critical in that performance. I thought most people I criticized in the past actually stepped up in this game. But for me, the unsung hero is definitely Cole Palmer. The man of the match is Noni Madueke, but for me, the unsung hero is Cole Palmer because I remember what I said in the first half that he was non-existent, and then close to the end of the first half, he scores that goal, and in the second half, he basically puts up a clinic. 3 assists and a goal, man. Is it 3 or 4 assists? I
3.
think it was 3. Yeah. So again, big shout out to Cole Palmer. And I said this earlier as well. For some weird reason, Enzo Fernandez had a very disciplined performance in the second half, I have to say. As much as I am a big critic, I still don't believe in his body of work, but the way he played in that second half, I actually have to somebody needs to mute.
I think it's Mark. Yeah.
I actually have to give that guy a shout out. The way he managed himself. He didn't overwork himself. He was doing the simple things, and I think that might be the start to his resurrection, in my humble opinion, in that position. So yeah, all in all, fantastic performance. And another person I have to give a shout out to is Enzo Maresca. Again, I'm not a fan, but he made some very, very, very crucial changes in the second half. Apart from the fact that he hooked what's his name, Mudrik. But you can tell he had a very stern discussion in the back room. So yeah, shout out to Maresca as well. And we move, man. We move.
Yeah, it was a very good win. We saw a lot of tactical changes during the game, so nice to see. And Mudrik really, he has nobody to blame but himself, because he been given time to play. He's starting games. He started many games under Pochettino. We didn't see much. Now he's not doing much. So I'm gonna mute Mark because I don't know what he's doing. Are you carrying a baby or are you doing something? So if you wanna speak, you can unmute yourself, but I'm gonna mute you because
you have are you having a distortion, or
huh?
are you having like distortion from your end?
What do you
We're
mean?
here.
Never mind. I thought maybe there was like noise coming from my end.
Yeah, there was.
There
Yeah?
was. That's why I
That's why he
muted you.
muted you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that's why. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Somebody else. I'm sorry, Og. Somebody else. I need to shine the light on is Neto. Again, somebody I critiqued in the past. That game we played against Servet. I didn't like how he played in that game, and I almost made a conclusion that looks like we're going to have a long season with Neto. But the way he played in this game, my goodness, he only played for a short stint. But that the way he managed the line, was able to cut into the midfield and cut back out to the line and find that pass to JOAO FELIX. Class. Very, very classy performance from Neto. Now the question is, Oz, do you see Neto as a starter or do we use him off the bench for now? What do you think?
You need to start because from the left hand side, because now let's be honest, all of us to a certain degree we support Mudrik, but let's be honest, until when we're gonna start waiting and waiting? We wanna kill games, we wanna score goals as early as possible. The guy need time, the guy need to be coached, need the basics, man. The basics, the guy is lacking those basics. So even the coach today, you could tell in the press conference when they asked him,
He was frustrated. Eh?
yeah, he was like, you see his face like changed, and he was like yeah, because I didn't like what he was doing basically. So he's just sending a message, like it looks like the people who bought him are forcing him to use him. At this point, I am convinced that he's just using him because he has no choice. They told him, hey, man, It's 88 million on this dude. Please try to do something. So,
and I wonder how that will affect. And Mark, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How you doing, man?
Nothing much, guys. What's up?
Correct. I did, man. So yeah, I wonder how Oggs. I know we're going to talk about Sancho in a second, but I wonder how if Sancho's acquisition will affect the whole the whole line of players on that wing. Does that mean Mudryk is gone, or is it just depth that we're working on?
yeah, that is a very, very good question. Because you bring Sancho, he's going to be on good money. He's like
That's
on
true.
350K
Are you
there, but
serious?
we might find another solution between us and Manchester United because we're going to unload some players to them. Now, Mudryk, yeah, that is the end of Mudryk. I think the last minute they're going to find him alone, probably back to Shakhtar or something, because it's just, what are you going to, even though Sancho is very versatile,
Absolutely.
but the problem is he's not like defensively,
That's true.
he's not disciplined defensively. So we're going to have a lot of bowlers, a lot of flair players, and we might have a little bit of issues. And then our midfield need to be strong. And we know that Enzo is not the guy to do the physical things. So when you have so many flair players, you need dogs in the midfield. So we don't have many of them. Moses Caicedo today, oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
He was poor, but I'm not going to really point fingers on him because I know what he can do on his day. Yeah, Sancho, okay, because he's versatile, he's like a Swiss Army knife. What Maresca is looking for, he's insisting on, they are versatile, they can do this, but I don't know. The defense still shaky. Not really a very, very, very good leader. Even Cowell did very good going forward today, breaking lines.
My goodness. Cole surprised me.
In terms of like pure defending, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
Like he's all over the place sometimes, like he loses his mind. But when it comes to playing the ball from the back, breaking lines, those long ball, he's good. So he need another leader. I was thinking Tosin is that guy.
Yeah.
But Tosin also is very slow.
Very soft. Very soft.
Slow. I thought he was like the Nigerian Great Kali. He's tall, he's imposing. I was thinking this guy is going to be something. But let's wait and see what is going to happen. All right, so Mr. Alibaba said that if we sign Sancho, we riot. Okay, good. Go to Stamford Bridge and start.
You don't like Alibaba. You don't like Sancho. Eh? Sancho is a good player. He's a big football brain.
He said, "Ice, you are right. Enzo was fabulous in the second half, and that's the problem. And we want him to do that. When we criticize him here fairly, nobody want him to fail." It just, you tell the truth, like today he didn't do this, he didn't run. So you didn't lie, or you don't have any kind of agenda because you're not going to change anything. He's already there. But telling the truth, some people would think, oh, you have an agenda, you don't like him. No, because he didn't run, he didn't defend. But today you saw, I don't know what Maresca told them in the second half. And he was like, no, I'm gonna give more energy. You saw him even putting tackles. I was like, Ross.
Oggs, it's funny you said that. His tackle led to the third goal.
Yeah.
His tackle his interception in the midfield. And he did it in a very rugged way. I'm like, is that Enzo or is that Kante?
That's what we're looking for. We don't want those soft flair. Oh, he can put a pass on, he can pin a pass in front once in the while. No, work hard every single game. That's what we're looking from you, Mr. Cautiously Optimistic. Henry, are you there? Nobody want to talk tonight?
Let me chip in. Okay, so I listened to your analysis, and I feel like whatever you guys are saying is the truth. It seems Maresca is tight-lipped about the next move, as everyone is calling for an attacking force where we need a number nine. But if you watch Maresca from Leicester City, you can also say that he formed a team where from the defense to the last person on the field, everybody can, score. And I think that is what he's trying to do here because he doesn't seem bothered. And I don't know the behind the scene activities that are going on to bring in an attacker. But I want to believe that he just want to make a situation where from Cole Palmer to Madueke to Jackson to Modric to Casiado, everyone in his team will be able to score. And that is what happened during his time in Leicester. If you go and look at some of their clips, you can see that there were a lot of, defenders, midfielders, and attackers. They were all scoring. And I think it's a good thing if you have an all-round team where you can have Cowell scoring, sometimes Cucurella scoring. It's going to like release a lot of pressure on some of these attackers. And also, I've seen that you guys are talking about Modric. I think he still needs some time, and the way things are going, I probably think they will let him go on a loan. I don't know how many players we can allow to go on a loan or those that we need to sell, but I don't see how they will let Modric leave. It's not going to happen. I probably think that he's going to go on a loan as time goes on because it seems everybody thinks he's not doing well. But we also have to look at his contribution into a game. He is that kind of a player. He might not score a lot of goals, but I think sometimes he takes on defenders and sometimes he also makes some silly, mistakes. And I don't know what is actually going on. I feel like coming to the biggest, league in the world is one factor because this league, if you don't take care, you have to be very tough. You have to like prepare yourself for this league. It's one of the difficult leagues. That is why most attackers come here. Many a times they are unable to like fit in well when it comes to performance, and it has happened to so many great players. A lot of players came to the league, not necessarily at Chelsea Football Club, with other football clubs, and they were not able to withstand the pressure that they were going through. It's one of the difficult leagues. So I believe most Chelsea fans should give him some time. We don't want to make a mistake by selling him and he will go somewhere else and he will be a different player. He still have a big platform and he's still working with one of the upcoming coaches. Maresca will be able to like help him. He's giving him all the opportunity, like he's giving him the game time and everything. It's up to him to also work hard and psychologically he has to be tuned because if you are thinking about so many things and so many things are bothering you, there is no way you can survive in this league. So I feel like he has a lot of work to do as a player. By so doing, I strongly believe he will be a very crucial part of this squad. And also, there is rumor maybe Sancho will join. And I want to believe that if Sancho is coming in, obviously Manchester United would like to have Ben Chilwell and Chaloba. I would be so, 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 so mad, especially with Chaloba joining Manchester United
That's
because
a good point. That's a good
I,
point.
I don't know what he can do in the other side if he's supposed to play with Chelsea and if
You get
Manchester.
Maguire though.
Oh no, I
Get
don't think
Sancho and
Maguire.
Maguire, and then you give them Chalobah.
If Maguire comes in, I think he has to live with the owners. There is no way we can have Maguire at Chelsea Football Club. at this point. I think. So what I'm thinking is, if Manchester United will let go Sancho, obviously they will need something from us. So we shouldn't be surprised they can even ask for Chukwuemeka and all these young guys, Casade, and they are all like,
They're talking about Chile. They are talking about Raheem Sterling, and
I don't think they
some
will. I don't think
sources been
they will go in for Sterling. I want to believe they can request to get Chukwuemeka and maybe Chaloba. These guys are very smart because if
Well,
they are able
those
to,
are the names that been circulating from very reputable journalists like from Sky Sport and stuff. So
if
I
they
heard,
going for Chile, I wouldn't be surprised
and
though. But I also feel like if they feel like Chelsea is desperate in need of Sancho, then we also have to make our demands very,
no,
high.
it's not like Chelsea are desperate. It's like help me, I help you. Scratch my back up, scratch yours. Because they really need to get Sancho out because he's not part of the plan. He's on big money. Chelsea need to get rid of unwanted in the team. So we are in the need, both of us. So friends, let's shake hands. Let's try to find something here. It
So you
just
think maybe Chelsea might sell Modric before the window closes to facilitate Sancho's coming in?
I don't think they're gonna sell him because nobody really like me. I can't even spend 20 million on Mudrik, to be honest with you. The maximum I will spend on him is like 12 million. Like his quality, listen, 12 million or 10 million. That's it. Nobody. And they know that Chelsea can't really handle all of them, so they're gonna lowball us. They won't find somebody to buy him.
So
But if he
like
goes,
do you guys know how many players we are supposed to send on loan? Because I know
well,
Santos has
the
already.
loan in England, in the England leagues, I don't think he has a big limit. It gets many players, but like outside England, like European spots are very limited. Probably we still have maybe 2 spots or 3 maximum. So we have to be careful here. But we
Oh,
still
about
can loan them in the championship or in the Premier League. Every league got their limit that one team can send, you know. Before we used to send thousands of them to Vitesse. But
yeah.
they just close the loophole or whatever they call it. Every time when Chelsea tries something, it becomes a loophole. They close it. But it was legal all these years. Chelsea tries something. Oh, this is illegal now. Okay, that's the way it is. So they've been closing door after door after door and limiting the
So
amount
like
of people
there
you
will
can.
be a lot of chaos because if you look at these instances, that means so far we need to like send about 10 players out, whether on loan or whether permanent deals, because we still have like
Kepa
Fofana.
Abregadabra is getting closer, according to Fabrizio Romano. It was like 1 hour ago. So tomorrow Monday or today Monday, depending on your location, Kepa is gonna be announced as a new Bournemouth player. Can you believe it?
Oh really?
Hmm.
Wow.
From
Is it
Champions League. Yeah.
is it going is it going to grow taller there? Probably he'll grow taller there. Who knows? He might get to 6 feet.
Yeah. So
What
the
about Petrovic? Petrovic is
Petrovic, we don't know what's gonna happen to him so far. He doesn't wanna go to Strasbourg. And he wanna probably he's waiting for the next mistake from Robert Sanchez so he can come to the picture again. But he doesn't want to
And
make the wrong
and his
decision for his
opportunity will
career.
show. If that's what he's waiting for, he will get it.
Because today, let's be honest, Sanchez was very good.
he
But
was decent today.
he will go
Oh,
he
to
will have this kind of games and go missing
uh,
for 9 games and then make he single-handedly disqualified us last season for the
yep,
Champions League. What I say that
yep,
because
he did.
he lost a lot. Like he made sure we lose the game on purpose against Arsenal, against Aston Villa, against those stupid passing from the back,
my
and
thing is,
he would do it like over and over and over again. So I'm
have
not
you
gonna get.
realized have you realized how
but guys, that yeah,
when they are
sorry,
initiating
keep going, Mark.
when they are initiating passes from the back, why is it that always Sanchez will let the ball he just love pressure. He just want the opposition to pressure him, then he will be making mistakes. Because anytime he gets the ball, there is no attacker or somebody close to him. But he's going to wait until they close in, and he will try to give a pass that will result in a very dangerous,
He always pass the ball to
incursion.
somebody who is under pressure, like a
Under pressure. I don't get
bad
it.
pass. Like
They need to
sometimes you
talk
have
to him.
just to kick it long. If you
Yeah,
don't have option, kick it long,
kick it away.
organize your defense, and then defend again. But for him, it's like he thinks that he can do it, but in reality, he can't do it. So I'm not gonna get carried away by just one game and oh wow, he's such and such. I don't
But I
believe on
think
that.
it's an upgrade, or let's say it's something different from last season. Let's hope he continues to like work so hard and avoid some silly mistakes. By so doing, probably he can get the number one spot. But let's see how it goes. You know.
Oh, yeah, I was telling people today that you guys, did you see that pass from Sanchez? Even Allison can do that. Even Ederson can do that.
Hmm.
They can do it. That's what is going to bring Man City to our doorstep. They'll come get it. Who knows?
Hmm.
Keep doing that, and you'll get Pep
Listen,
Guardiola's attention.
Allison does it every single game like 5 times. Like pin pass, like they have assist. And Allison even score a goal the last minute to give them 3 points. Remember that season, like 2 seasons ago. He came
Yeah,
the
from the
last
bench.
minute, corner kick, bam, header, top bin. So he can't even tie their shoes when it comes to distribution from the back. Those are just in another level. Don't even
Oh,
associate Robert Sanchez with these people.
who
So,
knows? Maresca can transform him. Who knows? We're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see. But anyway, today was a blue card day. Did you see did you see how Strasbourg trash ran today?
yeah,
It was crazy. It was crazy. They played similarly to what Chelsea played, like similar style today. It was an
I
interesting
What
think
game.
was the score?
Andrew Santos scored
I,
today.
yeah, I think it was 4-1 to Strasbourg.
Oh wow.
They were
They play with
all
Rene, and I think Rene
yeah.
is like,
Ren.
yeah. Oh,
They
that's
play
how you
against
pronounce
Ren.
it in
Ren, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that is the team that Edouard Mendy and Piracek came from. So it was 3-1 to Rennes. Andrew Santos scored. And other guys that you don't know. It was another own goal, even. One
And
own
where is
goal.
this brother Gabriel Angelo?
I don't
Is
know
he
what
still
happened
at
to him.
Chelsea or
Yeah, he's still there. And I think Chelsea were trying to sell him to Galatasaray or something like that.
sell him?
Huh?
Sell him, you said.
They were trying to sell him. That's what I heard lately. He's on the list of the players that need to be sold. We still have David Washington that also could be sold or loaned out. It's a lot of them out there, man.
Poor, poor
Eh,
guy. Poor guy. The guy's future is just in limbo. I don't know why you bring in players and then you do all the media duties and then they'll say, "Oh, it's my dream to play for this club," and then the following season, I mean, it's don't treat people like that. I mean,
Mm.
what's
You
the need?
know, Gabriel
What's the need of doing all that? Then the following season, you want to get rid of them.
Angelo could have played for Barcelona or Real Madrid, but he chose Chelsea over them, and this is what is going to happen to him. I mean, we need to sometimes be very, very careful the way we do some of these deals. And as I speak with you right now, there is another young kid by name, what's the kid's name? He's also Brazilian. They want to bring that one too. And
Meg.
Gabriel Mac.
Meg, correct. You guys are right. So like if you are just piling up all these players, at the end of the day, what are the plans for these young guys? And I still believe that these guys are trying to, like Chelsea have won a game, so I don't want to sound so negative about some of these things, but I still believe that they can do a lot of hard work and try to avoid bringing in unnecessary, players that will not get the opportunity to play for our football club. And if maybe they are planning to get a third team, that one I would say then it makes sense, because at the end of the day, if you are going to buy a new team, obviously you might be able to like send some of these guys to that team and let those players over there also look at their self and see if they are willing or they will be able to be part of that squad. And by so doing, you can just, you know, take some of these boys to those teams. But for now, you only have Strasbourg and Chelsea, and we still have a lot of players here. The season have started. None of them have touched any ball. Petrovic could have been playing in the MLS and he will be active. But for now, he's still not playing. And he's supposed to, be the number one for Slovakia. So when you do that, it seems to me that you are just destroying their careers, and they need to find a solution to this problem and make sure that in the future they don't commit that same mistake, because they were able to um dealt with some of this situation when they came in and people were so happy. So after 2 years, we are still having a bloated squad. How were we able to reach here? That is a big question everybody should be asking. And what are they trying to do to assess the situation? It's so crazy. You understand?
Yes, sir. All right.
Mm.
So, um, we're gonna move and talk about another topic. You guys heard what Nicholas Jackson said to John Obi Mikel? Anybody?
What was it? I haven't even heard that.
Yeah. I followed the train of that
Okay. So,
conversation.
what is your opinion about that?
My opinion is simple. What Mikel Obi said earlier about Jackson and him not being a striker is absolutely spot on. However, I also respect the fact that Jackson responded,
Mm.
because in this media business, you have to expect attacks from people you talk about. So Mikel, I'm very sure that Mikel's producers will tell him that he should be ready for fire if you're in that business. So it says to me that Jackson has character. It says to me that Jackson is rugged, because that's what I want. I need a guy. I need leaders. I need characters. I need rugged men in this team. And it's looking like Jackson is one of them. Now, the Chelsea fan base are looking at Jackson as disrespecting a legend. I get it. And it does look like disrespect. It's like going after John Terry, for example. I know Mikel is not John Terry. So tomorrow, the funny thing, Oggs, that you mentioned this is tomorrow is Obi Mikel's podcast, correct? In the morning.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
and I think he released a statement saying tomorrow is going to be hot. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he skates around that attack, because Jackson was very straight up. Jackson said, "Shut your fucking mouth." Sorry, excuse my language. I think that's what he said. Shut your fucking mouth and whatever. We're destroying Africa. There's a way he said it. I don't know if you have the post, you can put it up, Ox.
Mm.
Yeah. So listen, Mikel was right on his assessment on Jackson, and I think Jackson was right to defend himself. That's my stand.
I will just come in. Mikel, Jackson, they are all part of Chelsea, and sometimes when things goes on like that, as a young player, you have to sometimes take a lot of criticism, and you assess yourself and you work better for a better future. There are some of these players who are there and they hear a whole lot of criticism, constructive and negative criticism, but they don't want to come into the spotlight. Already there are so many things people are just waiting for you to do so that they can capitalize on that. And was it even necessary for him to respond to Mikel Obi? I don't think so. If you want to prove to Mikel that you are a top class player, just let that happen on the field of play. And one day, if you should meet Mikel at Cobham or wherever, you can, settle your differences. But
Well, that
going,
the problem here is it's the same situation like Enzo Fernandez. You go live, millions of people watching you, but somebody respond, and then we try to point fingers on the person who responded to the attack. So I think when you criticize somebody publicly,
Exactly.
you have also to accept that somebody can punch you
Absolutely.
back publicly.
Thank you, my
It's
brother.
happened on TV. Let
Best
fight
way
on TV.
That's the best way to say it, Ogs. That's what I should have said. That's
Pose.
exactly what it is.
Well, I get that, but do you know? I don't know how many outlets have been able to get the story, and our opposing, media guys, they always want to find something negative about our team, and they will start making it a big. Like if you look at Enzo's situation,
Ogs,
hold on, let me
Mark,
come.
the story is the story. Don't complicate it. The story is simple. It's a Twitter conversation between. It's just I don't know. Have you looked at it?
No,
He
that's why
said
I said I don't know
Jackson.
about the whole
Jackson
thing.
said.
Yeah,
Jackson said.
Yeah.
Obi Mikel.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Don't talk shit.
Exactly. Something
We
like
are
that.
killing ourselves for Africa.
Sorry.
Exactly.
He
Well,
said,
he meant
we are destroying yourself for Africa.
he
We are
didn't
destroying
say
ourselves for Africa.
he didn't say that. He didn't mean like
He's just saying
we
that why
killing ourselves for Africa.
exactly.
Like it's like we brothers, we are fighting and killing each other.
Yeah,
Kind
why are you
of.
criticizing?
So
Why are you
he didn't
criticizing
really
a brother?
spell it properly.
He spoke it in French. He spoke English in French.
Yes.
Absolutely, you're right.
So he just kind of mix it. So you have to understand.
What he was trying to say is
interpret what he wanted to say. It's like African kills African. It's just like crime black on black. You know that black people kill black people more than other people, right?
He was basically saying Mikel has a big platform, and the best he can do with a big platform is to uplift fellow Africans. But instead, he's attacking. He looked at the evaluation as an attack. And the funny thing is, Nicholas Jackson only responded after he scored that big goal. That was a big goal he scored. It was the fastest goal ever. And then
it wasn't an easy goal as people think. Some people think it was an easy goal to score. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, but Oz and Ice and Henry, do you guys think Jackson is doing the right thing?
Jackson is a guy from the street. You punch him, he's gonna punch you back. You know, this is his character. That's where he's coming from. Even I saw, I saw some news from Senegal on some kind of issues. Like he's not the guy that will just stay quiet on issues without saying it. And that's why you see him all the time try to shush people when he score, try to voice himself. That's the way he is. That is his character. So
the only thing I didn't like that Oggs couldn't be any more right. That's spot on, because I like players with character. However, it would have been nice if Jackson did it immediately after Mikel made that statement a couple weeks back. But I guess Jackson was being strategic. He was waiting for when he scored a big goal for him to respond. You understand? But listen, I'm a huge Jhon Obi Mikel fan. Huge. I followed him. Listen, I know his story from Semurumba College, Jos. So it's not even like I know this guy from way back. I know his game from way back. However, like Og rightfully said, in this media business, you have to be bulletproof for attacks, because attacks will come to you. They will come to you. If you attack anybody, you evaluate anybody, people take evaluations differently.
And my argument also is like, if you find yourself on Twitter like what Madueke, you know what would have happened to Madueke if we had lost today's game and he didn't like have a good game? Do you know what would have happened to him? Because I saw people fuming from last night, and hopefully they thought Madueke was going to screw it up, then they would just crucify him and end his career at Chelsea. But thankfully, The guy came in and he was one of our best player, or should I say, he was the best player on the day. So sometimes if you are going on Twitter and doing certain things, some time ago it also happened to Modric. There was some posts and other things that came out, and they took it a little bit, but it didn't go far. Look at what happened to Enzo. That is what I'm trying to say, that you are on a Twitter war with one of our legends, Champions League winner, Premier League winner. If he's saying something about your style of play or whatever, it's because he has been here already. He knows the quality he was playing with. So obviously, he might not say it in the right way,
But the
but
problem
he's trying
is,
to tell you to, when people, Africans, and I hope all of you have uncles and everything. I used to have one uncle. Even if you place number 5 in class, the way he will destroy you, you might think you are the worst person, the worst, and by doing so, he's trying to tell you that I want you to be the number 1. So for him to, we are all coming from Africa, and I'm glad Jackson will, unless maybe he was born in France where the culture is different. If your African brother is telling you something, they have a way to bring the best out of you. And sometimes it's a lot of insult and it's a lot of like
That's a
raking
very good point.
statement.
That's a very good point.
You know what I mean? So Mikel doesn't mean any harm. It's because he loves Jackson, and he want to see Jackson do like the way Drogba did. So you don't have to go back and you'll be arguing with your senior colleague. It doesn't work that way. And if he's very intelligent, if I was Jackson, I will behind the scene say I'm sorry for what I said, but I also feel offended by you attacking my style of play or whatever. He has to be very careful because some of these guys, they've been there already. Mikel Obi was former captain of Nigeria. He has won so many things. So if he see a great player, he knows it. And I still think that he won the best for Jackson. He wants him to be the best player. So he shouldn't take things personal. If you do that, you are not going to go far in life. And it applies to everyone. You
You know
understand?
what? It's funny, Mark. You make a good point. It's almost like, because Mikel Obi, I remember Mikel Obi was very critical of Modric. It's like Modric attacking Mikel, saying, it's like Modric going back after Mikel. And you remember Mikel said he should cut his hair.
Yeah.
He needs to cut his hair to be serious. But again, in the media business, you have to expect what Jackson did. You can't get away with murder in the
Yeah,
media
that's the
business.
world we are living in right
Yeah,
now. Like,
exactly.
This is a Gen Z, is a Gen Z generation, and whatever generation
Exactly.
will come after, they will just respond to you. I remember there's a video that Ox has that reminds me of college football days where a football coach will tell us, look, if you guys lose this game today, don't show up at school tomorrow. You don't show up because you don't know you don't know what's coming. Like if you lose, you guys just go, just go. Like brutal. That was brutal. But
you
anyway,
know,
it's
oh,
a
sorry.
different generation. It's a
When we
different
were growing
generation
up,
of that.
and we were playing coast soccer, anybody who comes from Ghana or Nigeria, they know about the coast soccer. If you go play a game, if you go play a game and you lose that game, your coach will lash you like you guys are his father or something like that. So you dare not lose a game. If you play a coast game in Ghana, your coach has every right to lash you. Like whoever make a mistake and you concede and they go and you lose the game, the moment you come back to camp, they have to beat you. The coaches have to beat you so that next time when you are doing something, you do it right. So like the whole situation right now have changed. The world have changed, and like I would say there is no respect between the younger ones and the older ones. But I sure believe that if Jackson should have written something, oh, thank you, senior player Mikel, that would be a class. And even next time, if Mikel is about to criticize you,
listen, the critics from Mikel, if we, all of us, were in that position of Nicholas Jackson, the critics came more about comparing, like, hey, I know that Jackson is a good player, but he's not that striker. Osimhen, we need Osimhen. Like he was clear. Like he's just like choosing his brother. Like,
You
okay,
say to say this.
you know what I mean? So it wasn't
Yeah.
kind of criticizing as Mark, I'm criticizing you so you can improve. It's like pushing for Chelsea
Jackson
to
out and
go
bringing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
bring
Osimhen.
somebody now
Absolutely.
because he's not the guy. He's not the guy. He's not gonna take us to the next level. This guy, this other guy, is the guy that will take us to the next level. So in that point, has nothing to do with respect. Has nothing to do with positive critics. It's about killing the other guy to bring another guy. So that you have to understand.
That's what it seemed like. But you know what? The funny thing about all this, the irony of it all is Mikel is in business, man. This whole saga is only going to favor him. He's going to pick up more subscribers.
Yeah, money, man.
Sometimes these things are deliberate. Sometimes these things, but like I think Oggs and I talked about it. Bad press is good press.
Yeah,
So at the
it's
end of the
fitting.
day, people are going to say, "Who is this?" People that didn't know about Mikel now will go
Yeah,
and Google Mikel, and you're going to
and
notice
then
his
know the
subscriptions will go up.
podcast and
So
find
no,
Absolutely.
something interesting.
honestly, I don't think unless the person was born 10 years ago, anybody who was born between 95 up to now know who Mikel is. He's not trying
No. But again, even CNN is still looking for viewers.
to view.
Yeah,
My brother,
they are
even
even looking
CNN,
for individuals that were born
exactly,
like 10 years
and
ago. If
CNN
you are
has
popular, they're gonna
exactly.
get to you, so they
Thank
can get
you.
some people from
The
you.
media
So
business, Mark,
yeah,
has changed. The media business has changed. Sometimes you'll be surprised that a media house, like Oggs is saying, will go and interview someone they never did in the past 20 years. And the only reason is the guy has 200 million followers.
yeah.
Mm.
So,
Exactly, and
yeah.
that's
So,
why you see those girls on some website OF or whatever. They're becoming in the TV stations. They invite them. They have
exactly.
like VIP ticket, and in front they're becoming like role models because
Yeah, they
people
start
are
endorsing. They start endorsing
endorsing
political candidates. They're endorsing
exactly.
political candidates.
Fantastic example. Fantastic.
So you see like
It's just horrible. It's just
if
horrible.
you see like those kids like high speed or whatever, yelling at people, getting on people on the street, pushing people, and get a lot of views, and that's what the new generation likes, and make a lot of noise, and all of a sudden sponsors start coming at
That
you.
kid,
People
where
come,
is he from? Is he
huh?
from Portugal or is from where?
What?
I see.
That was just an example. He's from America. He's American.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's here, but he
Wow.
loves Cristiano Ronaldo and kind of
Yeah.
Portugal thing. But yeah, just an example, not necessarily him because he's improving his content. But if you look at how those people start, it always in some dodgy crap,
Controversial.
like controversial. Like look at like the Kardashian. So it started by leaking some tapes. Oh, somebody linked it. You linked it yourself to make that way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I watched it. I'm sorry. Oh, is that a good thing to say? Sorry.
Yeah.
You say, "Oh."
It was a fantastic
So
clip.
So you see,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. My
it's
hands are
always
up.
start by something, and people are, oh wow, let me look at it, and then the more eyes you got, the more people pay attention, and the more successful you become, and one day you are like legit in doing, and you started some crap. So the more that's why I tell people, the more noise you are, the more stupid sometimes or the more evil you are is the more people try to pay attention to you.
No, but
And
the media job, you have to do silly things to get more followers. The person who is doing the right thing might
yeah,
not
most
even
of the
get.
time they don't really get success. If you go even um in this like sport YouTube stuff, you will see people who just repeat the same thing and salt and salt. Yeah, wow, man. Like you have to be a character, a certain
Yeah,
kind of
before you can
character.
get a lot of
And
followers.
then when you've got followers, and then you got deals from
Let me
Sky
tell you the best
Sport.
response. Let me tell you guys the best response.
Yeah,
If Jhon Mikel in the backstage is able to convince Osimhen to come to Chelsea, I'm not saying he will be the primary reason why, but if he's part of it, he doesn't respond to Jackson tomorrow on his podcast, and Osimhen shows up in 3 days. And then that would be a fantastic time for Mikel to respond to Jackson in order to keep this thing hot and flowing. Tomorrow, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
means you are also putting pressure on Osimhen.
Is it?
Hey,
didn't
That means
Al Ali
Osimhen should come in and start
That's
banging in
true. That's
goals.
true.
didn't Al Ali propose something for Osimhen? I heard
yeah,
something.
they did.
Mhm.
They did.
They wanna pay 65 million for transfer.
I don't think Osimhen will go.
Well,
My candid
listen,
opinion.
Fabrizio Romano just said it like an hour ago. I was watching before I came here. He said that he's demanding a release clause in 2025. Like, first of all, he won't take any price cut. He's going to get more money or just the same amount of money he was getting at Napoli. And then second of all, they have to include a release clause so he can be able to sign somewhere else in 2025. I think his options are very limited now, and he wanna play football somehow, but he can't play at Napoli. They have Lukaku already, and they can't afford him. Chelsea can't pay him that money, 11 million, and his
He will end
option.
up-
PSG also don't wanna pay that money, so his only option might be go to Saudi, play there for one season while you are looking for another club, but still with the
that
same
will
money.
be that will be the worst decision ever, because going to the Saudi league, I know they have a lot of players, but obviously you are degrading your league, and you might not be the same Osimhen people knew some time ago, and going there you might get stuck over there, and no high team will come for you. No European giants will come for your services. So he has to be very careful. Like, if I was him, I will consider, negotiating with maybe Chelsea. It's not because I'm a Chelsea
Negotiating
fan.
is like
I think
Chelsea.
he made a I think to me he made a mistake by extending his contract. That
With Napoli.
contract extension that he
Yeah,
made,
you're right.
that was his fault. He shouldn't have,
Because
because
Henry, you know
that
why?
thing
but
raised
you never
it
know
raised
what.
his release clause to
You know why?
because these
You
Napoli
know why he
guys, they
signed
was.
the
know how to.
extension. You know why he signed the extension. That's a very good point, Henry. The reason he signed
Yeah,
that extension is he was counting on himself. He was counting on. He figured that he will still be banging goals, so that come today his value will go up. But unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately. I guess the injuries. So I guess that's the mistake. You're right, Henry. But I'm just thinking in hindsight when he signed it. Remember, he signed it after he won the Scudetto, correct?
Scudetto, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he
So
was on a high. He was on top of the world. So Napoli was very smart.
Even
that's
me.
where the Lorientis got him. That's where the Lorientis got
Exactly.
him.
Yeah.
But it's not only because he's not losing anything in terms of money. Be careful. He still has, like, how many years he signed for extension? Probably, let's say 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Now, even if he doesn't sign somewhere else, you own him his money. So the money is there already. That's why Napoli are trying to get rid of him, because they can't afford to pay him. He can say, you know what? I didn't find a club. I'm going to stay here and eat my money. Nothing you can do about it. You give him
Yeah, like Raheem
single.
Sterling.
So the problem now is he was one of the hottest properties in the world.
Exactly.
And I was sure that big teams like even Real Madrid and the PSG, all those, they will be queuing to get him. I was too sure about that. And himself backed. He knew it, that no, it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna move to a big club.
Exactly.
But you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I think the AFCON also killed him a lot. AFCON, because people were expecting this is Osimhen AFCON. He's going to do something. Yeah.
Exactly. Again, I think my countryman Osimhen has come to the crossroads, and guess what the crossroads is? It's either he wants money or he wants to play.
He wants money and play the same time. That's
no. If you want money, well, if you want money, like the way it's looking right now, it's looking like he
now,
might get Yeah, the way it's looking now, he might get the money, but he won't get the eyes to watch
You know one
the
thing.
Saudi. Hold on, Mark.
Let me.
Mark,
Okay.
the thing is, he might get the money in Saudi, but he won't have the eyes to watch him, which is a huge strike. Versus he decides to come to us, and he will probably take a pay cut. That's the only way it will work, or maybe on a loan with an option to buy. But he gets the intensity of viewers to watch him, and he's in the biggest football market in the world.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I am somehow close to Asamoah Gyan. He went to the same high school I went to. He grew up in the same neighborhood as mine. We've shared the same field together. And he has two brothers. The elderly brother was also Ghana international, but the middle guy, he is so good more than Asamoah Gyan, but he didn't take his soccer so seriously, so he didn't become like Ghana international. And guess what? When John started coming up, he was really doing well with Sunderland. He was scoring some critical goals. He even scored against Chelsea. He was doing so good. But guess what he did? He chose the money over his career. People will know Asamoah Gyan based on like the goals he has scored in the world. I think he's the highest goal scorer for any African country. But when it comes to the leagues, he played for Udinese, Modena, Rennes, and some other teams before he moved to the UAE. He got a lot of money. He was able to secure his future. He now has like businesses. He's really good.
But the
But he
difference,
never.
Asamoah Gyan was not as young. I know the source.
No. He was young,
but he wasn't as
really
young as he wasn't as young and cooking as well. No, I won't say cooking. He was cooking, but he wasn't as young as Osimhen is now. He was way older than
he
Osimhen.
was even younger than Osimhen at the time.
At Sunderland, no.
At Sunderland, you can check.
No,
How old is Osimhen right now?
Osimhen is 23.
No,
don't forget.
No,
I thought it's 25. It's 25.
Probably. Yeah.
You can Google and see Asamoah Gyan's age when he was at Sunderland. You know, Asamoah Gyan started very young. When I even knew him, I've completed high school 97. I can't believe I completed high school 97, and he went to that same high school. Between
you're right. He's 26. You're right. He's 26. My fault. Yeah, you're right. Osimhen is 26. He's 26.
You know, Asamoah Gyan was very young. He started playing at a very young age in a local club called Liberty.
So are you saying that Asamoah Gyan went for the money or he went for football? What did he go for?
He went in for the money, and I think he made the right decision by
exactly. That's why I said crossroads. That's why I said crossroads. You have to take that decision.
It's either you fade out in
Saudi and make your money,
and go make your money. You secure your future.
I think sometimes to some players, I don't know. This player did. There's this guy, McAllister. When he signed his contract extension for Brighton, he insisted that if someone comes and pays 30 million, you take me away. So I think sometimes players should not be too. I know you want to look out for your career, but consider the football aspect too. Put a limit for that. Like put a limit for those 120 million, 1 billion release clause, because you're putting off people.
Remember,
Osimhen
was feeling like a king, Henry. I said it. Osimhen, that's the reason. I'm not surprised.
He should have even said, okay, like 75 million. If someone brings 75 million, okay, you let me go.
Listen,
that selling is too.
Back then, he was probably the second one after like Mbappe and Haaland.
Exactly.
He was sure that it's gonna work for him. So that release clause was like very cheap by that time for Victor Osimhen.
The problem with Osimhen right now is when he's going to Saudi, he should say goodbye to Europe. There is no way the Saudis will let him go for a very cheap price.
That's why it's a leap of faith for him. Are you going after money, or do you want to?
And
play
that's why Fabrizio Romano even said that now he's negotiating a release clause in 2025. Like if there is no release clause, the brother is not going there. So he's sure
Exactly.
that
He's
I'm
a
going
guaranteed
there just
comeback.
there because I don't have
Yeah.
any option in Europe.
Exactly.
But I want to come back to Europe. And I feel also sorry for him because back then, Saudi wanted him. They wanted to spend crazy,
Huge
ridiculous,
money. Absolutely.
huge, like he was going to be like
The face
almost in
of the
the
league.
in the Ronaldo
Thank you. Range.
level of money.
Absolutely.
And he said no that year. And now even Saudi know that he doesn't have many options. So we're gonna
Exactly.
lowball him. You
God
know?
bless you.
So
God
it's
bless
a
you.
little bit complicated for this
And then,
brother.
like you said,
And even Chelsea is playing a waiting game too for him.
exactly. And Oggs, you made a fantastic point. His AFCON showing was wanting. It was wanting. Like it's fun because we got to the finals. It masked Osimhen's. I know he had 1 or 2 games where against Cameroon he was a monster, but people expected more from him, and I don't think that AFCON favored him that much in terms of his stock. But again, the reason I love Osimhen is he like we were saying earlier, he believes in himself. He's a guy he's a big personality. He's more than a player. He's a big personality. But I just don't want that candle to turn off. So I'm hoping he ends up at Cobham. Or
that's something he has to.
He has to make that decision, man. He has to.
Didn't he have problems with Finidi before Finidi got sacked? And then they say I think he was injured, but he was still in Nigeria, but he didn't go and support the guys where they
Finidi
were
went after
playing.
him. Yeah.
Some kind of.
I don't know if the video. The thing is, I don't think that video. People are saying that video probably didn't favor him. The video against Finidi, because of they say, is this how this guy is going to be dealing with his coaches?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah,
he say I'm not gonna let anybody to disrespect me.
Exactly.
He was speaking like 1,000 languages. Like he was mixing English, Yoruba, every language. He was so angry. Somebody needed to come and cut the live stream. Tell him, hey.
There's a huge. I just found out there's a huge publication yesterday. Henry, do you know Etimessin?
No.
You don't remember Etimessin? Okay.
No.
So Etimessin basically was Okocha's hero. Like Okocha plays like Etimessin. And Etimessin came out a couple of days. Etimessin played for Calabar Rovers. I don't know if you remember him. The guy was probably one of the best dribblers in Africa at that time. But he was kind of a playboy type. He was like what's his name? What's the best? I can't remember who to compare him
to. I know what you're talking about. He was convicted one time for rape.
Yeah, exactly. He was a playboy. He was that kind of playboy guy. But he came out yesterday and he didn't destroy, but he warned Osimhen. He said, look at your options now. Calm down. Told him to calm down. Look at your options right now. If I were you, I'll look at my personal problems right now. Try find a way to fix your. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
See?
Okay, so again, there is even pastors that start getting involved.
Forget about African pastors. They watch.
That boy grew on the streets. Osimhen grew on the streets, man. So all these they don't touch. This boy is the boy is just a rugged man. So he's okay. It's just him making that choice.
You remember the pastor who said one country was going to win, and it was rather, I think it was the World Cup finals also. And one Nigerian pastor was like, "Oh, I see. I think France winning the World Cup," and it ended up that Argentina won the cup. So they went back to him. They asked him why. He said the team did something wrong against God. That is why, so sometimes they want.
Those pastors too. They want to get their likes on their clicks or
yeah, they are selling
football
their
prophecy.
business.
I don't believe in that.
Listen, guys, we have 15 minutes to go because I have work in the morning. I think people are so tired. This weekend we had like 1,000 shows already. Today we had a show like for 6 hours. So this show was just kind of respecting a little bit of my schedule, but I'm so tired. So we have some other brothers here. Skylar, thank you so much for stopping by. And he said like, if I see Sterling in the United shirt, I will stop supporting this club once and for all. So imagine like Sterling, we're going to send Sterling and...
No, he's not going to United.
We can send JOAO to United because they need a left back and then get
And the
Sancho.
problem is he's injury prone, and they have somebody like Luke Shaw also, who
Look,
is
sure, no.
specialist in injuries. So I don't think it's gonna really work that much. Mr. XYZ, you are coming very late, and just if you wanted to say something, say it because we have really to leave.
This Osimhen thing, right? I'm just, it's so sad.
You are very, very low. People sleeping around you. You don't want to disturb them or something.
You sound far away. XYZ, be like say you did far. Where you did? We know they hear you.
I can remove my AirPods.
There you go. That's better.
Oh, okay.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I said this Osimhen thing, my brother. It's so sad, It's so sad. Like, you see, in football, right? Attitude is everything, man. If you think, you see that thing he did with Finidi, right?
Yeah.
It's very deep, man. You
Think so?
cannot, as a professional footballer, right? You cannot speak like that to a coach. Imagine, see, a lot of coaches saw that. In fact, every football loving, person in the world saw that video. Conte has not even trained one day with Osimhen, and he said, "I don't want you in my team." What does that mean? Like, he has not even seen this guy or even trained with him. He just said, "You know what? I don't want you." And if you see some video that are coming up in Napoli, he always fighting in Napoli, he has some kind of attitude problems. And, that's what Etimesi said. Etimesi said, in fact, that Etimesi video is not yesterday, it's like a month ago,
Oh, yeah. So it was a month ago. I only saw it this
Yeah,
evening.
yeah. With
Okay.
Allegri,
Yeah.
yeah. Etimesi said that, attitude can only, if you have that kind of behavior, it won't take you far. In fact, Etimesi said that was one of the things that actually affect his own career.
There you go.
And when Osimhen go to Nigeria, who are the people he's hanging out with? Obi Kubana, all these guys that, I mean, there's a report today that he gave like 5 million to Bob Risky, I
Why?
mean, yeah, I don't know.
No,
So,
wow.
so when you see him around those kind of people, you're like, you know, and just look at him now. Chelsea doesn't want to do the deal anymore. Saudi is pricing him 65 for Osimhen. I mean, that attitude thing, I think that anger issue, I think he has it. And the people around him, I don't think they are really helping him. Because on that live video, if you remember, he was telling somebody that is going to headbutt somebody on that video.
Absolutely.
He was
What that
cursing,
means?
he was
What that
cursing
means?
people.
Like use his head and head like a headbutt.
Yeah, headbutt. Like leave me
Oh,
alone. He was like, leave me alone. I will headbutt you. Leave me alone. The guys around him was like telling him it's okay. But it's just cursing everybody out. Finidi is a top player during his era. Finidi won
He's a
Champions
legend.
League.
African
He's a
legend.
legend. But
African
you are
legend.
not even calling him coach. You said, I told Finidi. Come on,
Yeah.
man. You
Yeah.
can't do that. People are watching. These coaches are watching.
But also, if his level was still top there, people were going to understand. But that bad boy, quote unquote, behavior plus his form on the pitch went down, and injuries didn't help
It
him.
didn't help him.
So it's
Absolutely.
just like a package.
It's when it rains it falls.
Yeah, it's just if he was still on top there, people were going to say this is the attitude that made him who he is today. But because he's going down now, it's just like bad things tend to happen to you when you have one bad thing and then thousand of other bad things, and you're going down and
Does
down.
he have like anger issues? This question to the Nigerian brothers.
He doesn't have. I don't know him personally. I don't think he has anger issues, but I know he's an Ajegunle boy. And if you Google Ajegunle, you'll understand what
I
I
heard
mean.
a lot about Ajegule. So
if you Google Ajegunle, you know what I mean. So that's all I have to say. Google Ajegunle, and the rest is history.
It's funny because just last week I saw this video. He went to their training grounds and one of the players stretched their hands like that. He didn't even watch the guy. And I said, oh, Is it something personal or what? If I see this video, I can share with O's,
Oh
and you
yeah,
can put
that's
it
how he
out there.
behaves in Napoli
Like
too. Yeah, he has that. He has that. He
he
does that.
ignore all his teammates, and I said,
Bro, do you even know that
So
there's a
so why are they
heavy
calling him
fight in
senior
his
man?
family? Do you know that there's
Some
a
people
heavy
call him
fight?
senior man. Is still that senior more than any
Hey,
other
do you
player
No,
know
there?
that? Do
Ihan
you
Achor
know that
So
in his
is a
family,
senior man.
right?
Yeah.
They're having serious issue with him
Huge
in the
problems.
family.
Yeah, that's true. Agent and
His
his sister.
sisters, his
Exactly.
agent, a lot of people don't like it's a war.
Exactly. But XYZ, do you remember that his Napoli fans called him the bad word, the racist
Of
word?
course. Oh yeah, yeah, of
uh
course. Yeah.
That was the reason why, Mark, to answer your question, that was the reason why he walked in and didn't shake anybody. He was coming
"Oh,
off. Yeah, there was a, I don't want to use the word that they used against
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We were.
so
I mean,
that
apart
is
from
an
all
old
that,
video."
apart from all that, he has this anger issue, man. I mean, why would Conte? Napoli is not even doing well right now. So why would Conte say I don't want him? I mean, what is that?
You know what? That's a huge X on his portfolio. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
you
Like, for
can't just
Conte
say I
not
don't
even to,
want you. At least train with him.
exactly,
Take him on
exactly.
preseason. See what he's capable of doing.
True.
But Conte said I don't want this guy. Why is he saying that?
Conte is a character too, because he doesn't want players who will try to challenge him when he's issuing instructions, and probably he might have seen the video and asked somebody to translate what this guy was saying. So don't forget, coaches also go out there, the players they are going to work with,
And do
do a
research.
lot of research about them,
Mm.
know who they are
Oh
before
yeah,
even
yeah.
so.
You guys saw what Jackson said about Mikel today, right? I was so happy, man. That was so sweet. I
he
love it.
he challenged Mikel, man. What?
Mikel talk too much, man. You talk too much,
He challenged
man. You are
Mikel,
not
man.
even great in Chelsea.
No, no,
Oh
no,
Man,
no,
no,
no.
come
Mikel
on,
a
I
legend.
disagree with you.
Stop. Mikel a legend. Stop.
Mikel is
Go and
just a
look at
legend.
bro. Go and look at Mikel numbers.
I
Go
watch
and
Mikel
look at his numbers.
I watch Mikel
Mikel,
from Semurumba
That's the
College
problem,
to
though. That's
Plateau
the
United
problem.
to
Mikel is
Mikel
not. See
legend.
Mikel is
what?
better than any of our midfielders we have.
Well,
but
I agree.
but
Head and
Congratulations to
shoulders.
him.
the thing
Congratulations
with
to him.
Mikel is,
What
as a
Mikel?
midfielder, why did he channel his criticism to another midfielder in Caicedo
No, but they asked
and
him about the
Enzo?
team.
Why is he
They asked
even
him about the team.
talking? Why is he even talking?
He's
He
a
talk too
business.
much.
No, listen.
Yeah,
The
he's like a pundit. You have
Yeah,
to
he's a
sell your
pundit. You have to
product.
talk. He's
That's
getting
why
it.
you see
Exactly.
those people
Jamie
on TV.
Carragher.
They have to say
Yeah,
Big
certain
character.
things.
Did you
exactly. He's a
guys
pundit.
heard? Did you guys hear what he said about Nigeria NFL last week? He was using the F word on the Nigeria Football Association. What is wrong with Mikel? We know
What did he say? Hello? What did
He
he
got
say?
kidnapped. That brother
Oh,
is gone.
maybe Mikel picked him
Mikel
up. I
just,
trust Mikel.
yeah, the brother is gone. Call the police.
Mikel
Call the
picked him up.
police. The brother
You
is
see,
gone.
XYZ, don't be talking about Mikel like this. He go come your house.
But whatever Mikel might have said about the Nigerian Football Federation might be the truth, because these African football federations, you can't even trust them. Ghana FA is one example,
Mm.
and honestly, sometimes I feel like we need a transformation where
Can you guess,
some
Mark?
of these guys have been there for the past 30 years and they are still there. It's
what
like
happened in that dressing room is a secret. Mikel is leaking everything that happened in
oh, he's
dressing
good.
room.
Yeah.
It's really good. He has
Again,
to.
XYZ, I think you're forgetting one thing. Mikel is the businessman. That's the way. This is the way you introduce yourself into the media
He's
business.
not a great player during his
He's a
time.
great
No
Oh,
player, my
come
assist,
brother.
on,
He's a
bro.
great
nothing.
player. Stop. He's a great player. If you don't
No,
like the guy,
zero
you don't like the guy.
assist,
If you
zero
don't like the guy,
noddy,
he's a
no
holder.
goal scoring, nothing.
He's a
Brother, if I
How many
train
how
during
many
his
goals
time,
did
I
he
will
score for
play what
Chelsea? I
Mikel is
think
playing.
two.
two
Forget.
goals.
I think he scored
He
two.
scored 2 goals.
Okay.
He scored two in how many
Yeah.
games? In
It was
almost
fantastic. It was fantastic
7,000
for
games. He
Nigeria too.
scored two.
Guys, let me say something. This is the problem we have with this TikTok generation people, right? These statistic people, they only go on, oh, you don't have assist, oh, you don't have this, because they don't watch games. They just
Yeah.
jump on statistics.
They're looking for
Anybody that
numbers.
will
Exactly.
disrespect Obi Mikel need to go to jail 5 days.
I'm not a fan. I'm
Because
sorry. I'm not a fan.
I'm
And
telling
let
you
me
right
If
add
you're not
now.
a
this.
fan, that's
I'm
okay.
not a
If you're not
fan.
a
I'm
Anybody,
fan,
sorry.
that's okay. If you're
any
not a fan,
player who was invited or was
if you're
seen
not a
by
fan,
Sir
that's
Alex
okay. But
Ferguson,
don't say he wasn't a legend. This is a pure
He's a
legend, man.
legend. Listen,
Legend of what?
there is
That's
no
why I
two
talk
Nigerian
ways
too
and
much.
about
Champions
that.
legend.
That's why I talk too
Champions
much.
League,
Listen, this is the kind of generation that will praise somebody like Anthony
Yeah,
from Manchester United, and then
exactly.
criticize JJ Okocha because he
Bro,
didn't have
I
statistics.
started supporting Chelsea
You know
the
what I
time
mean?
of Celestine Babayaro. Forget.
So
I'm
I'm
just not a
telling
Yeah,
you
fan of
right
the
now,
club.
like
yeah.
Come on,
today's
man.
generation, they don't watch football anymore. They
They
just
don't, man.
jump in 15-second TikTok compilations and
Mikel
statistics.
Obi is a legend. He agreed
Mikel
to
Handsome.
under
Obi is not
20.
in the position to criticize
Hold on.
Jackson.
He
He's
is in
not.
the
Why?
Of
position.
He has
course.
an
So he should
opinion.
keep
He has
quiet.
his opinion. Why not?
He's
You know
absolutely in the
why?
Why
position
not?
You
to
know
criticize
why?
That
anybody
is
he
his
wants.
Africa brother right there.
You know why
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has every right
Why
to
Because you don't
bringing
like
him
criticize?
down?
Mikel, because you don't like Mikel doesn't mean that
Hold on.
he's not. No, 1 second, Mark. Because you don't like Mikel, doesn't mean that he shouldn't go and make his money as a media guy. The
Okay,
guy is making his money.
make your money by dragging your own Africa player down. Is
Hold
how
on.
to make your
Let
money.
me say something.
That's
Mikel
why
won.
Jackson told him to keep quiet.
Mikel
Africans
won
are
what?
Wait
Under
now,
fighting for
20.
themselves.
tomorrow, Mikel will respond. Tomorrow, Mikel will respond. Trust me,
He
this
should
is not going to be.
Listen,
respond. I should go ahead now.
let Jackson win his own Champions League
And then we
to
can
come
talk.
out, and then we're gonna
Exactly.
talk,
That's
right?
Exactly.
what I was saying.
Just because you
Mikel.
score one goal today and blah
Today,
blah blah.
Did
blah.
you hear
How
what he
many
said
goals
about
he's
Sunday
missing?
Odyssey?
How many
Did you hear about
one-on-one
what he
he's
said about
missing?
Sunday Odyssey?
If we are struggling today, part of that is because of Jackson missing thousands of
You know,
one-on-ones
you
last
know
season.
one thing.
Encourage him. That's what you should do. A
Mikel
legend.
Mikel is
Encourage
what
But
him.
tell the truth. Sometimes you have to let it
That's not
go. The
how
way it
they do
is.
it. If you're a Chelsea legend and you play the game at the top level, you cannot bring someone like your Africa brother down. That no,
He
you
didn't even
encourage him.
insult somebody. He just said the
And those
truth.
2 goals he scored, wasn't it at the Carling Cup? Is it Carling Cup that he
No, it's
scored those
FA
2 goals?
man. That guy number is horrible, man.
The guy was one of the best holding midfielders in the EPL, bro.
Holding. What is he holding? Casedo is holding now. You saw what he did today.
Caicedo can't take us anywhere, man. Caicedo
Listen,
can't take us
John
anywhere.
Obi Mikel
What
was
Mikel is doing is
holding and
back pass.
winning
One touch game.
trophies
One touch.
No,
every
but
Back
I
single
pass.
understand.
season.
I
He
can
was
I can
winning
I can
trophies.
explain to you the Nigerian fans that I've had this debate in many beer parlors. I know the Nigerian fans that don't like Mikel. They're so predictable. They are so predictable. The Nigerian fans that don't like Mikel are exactly like
most
XYZ.
of them are Arsenal fans and
They're mostly like and
Manchester United fans.
but let me tell you something. Apart from this Mikel story, I wanted to go back to Mark. Mark, can you guess who my favorite Ghanaian player is before we go back to Mikel Obi?
Abedi
Can you
Pele.
guess? No.
Yeboah,
Tony
Anthony
Yeboah.
Yeboah,
No. Kai. Try again.
Samuel Kuffour.
Sule
No.
Muntari.
Sule Muntari, my brother. What is he?
Hey, Kewo.
World class player. World class player. Sule Muntari. No,
Hey.
if you put that guy in your midfield, you're okay. He played in
That guy
Italy
is a
like a man.
character.
That
Muntari is
guy,
a
what a
nice guy,
player, man.
man.
What a player, man. Sule Muntari.
I thought it was Josh. Who was this other guy who came to Agogo? How
Oh
how
no,
how long
he's
did
dead.
Agogo play?
Didn't he
Agogo
pass?
is dead.
Isn't he late? Agogo is late, right?
Agogo is
Oh,
dead. Yeah.
really?
Yeah, he
Oh
passed. He passed.
yeah.
He
Oh,
passed, man. He scored in 2006. Was it 2000?
2008
Yeah,
AFCON
2008.
against
Yeah,
Nigeria.
against Nigeria, man. I'll never forget that goal. Yeah, Mikel played that game. Mikel was in that game.
Yeah, I
He's a
remember that
youngster.
game. I was at home that time, so I was
Me too.
live at the stadium.
Guys,
You know one thing, Tony Yeboah is somebody a lot of young guys
Hmm.
of today they don't know about this guy, man.
Nigerians respect Yeboah now. Yeboah
I'm
and
telling
Abedi
you,
Pele, man. Those guys, man.
when we are going to play Nigeria, our coach will say that Tony and Abedi are not coming. Then 10 minutes to the
They
game,
will show up.
they will show up. He and Edward Ansa.
Yeah.
Later on, he was like a goalie in Nigeria for a long time. And these people, the way they tormented Nigeria, they tormented them for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
up to now, if you mention Abedi Pele, no Nigerian person doesn't know Abedi Pele or Tony Yeboah. They were go watch these young guys, they have to go watch Anthony Yeboah's crazy goals for Leeds United when he
Yeboah
was
was
at
something else,
Leeds.
man. He played with
What?
the Vidukas of the world. He played with
Yes.
the cores of the world. He played with Smiths of the world, man.
Smith, Alan Smith,
Yeah,
and all those guys. And
absolutely.
this
Yeah.
guy, if he's scoring goals, it's not just an ordinary goal. I have not seen any African who has scored so many classic goals as compared to Tony Yeboah. He was one of the best
Yeah.
back in the days.
Guys,
Ogs, I'm
can I
I'm gonna sign off. Let me just say
yes,
thanks. I'm
I
gonna
wanted
sign
to
off.
tell you that walk in the morning
Yeah,
and
let me
people are
sign off really
tired.
quick. I see
Yes,
one comment. I see somebody in your comment that is actually from my city, Enugu. SDT, my brother. I see your comment, man. 042 in the building from Enugu. I want to send a special shout out to SDT. And yeah, I'm an Enugu guy from if you know Achara layout, that's where I'm at. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Ogs. We'll see you at the end of next week, I'm guessing, because tomorrow is work and the week is
tomorrow walk. Yeah,
You
we're gonna
guys have to go
gonna
to
head.
remote work.
I know, no kidding, no kidding. All right, guys, have a great evening. Cheers.
Okay, cheers,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, boys.
Okay, you leaving too?
Well, yeah. I gotta go.
Yeah,
I gotta go check on my blue army before.
yeah. That's true. That's true, my brother. Take some
but
rest
oh,
and
thank you.
come back
Yeah.
tomorrow when we announce Jadon Sancho and
All right.
Osimhen.
Osimhen.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Thank you.
helping. Thank you. Aziz didn't say even anything
Aziz
today.
Aziz was observer today.
Yeah, he didn't want to say much. Mark, go on.
You said
Close
so.
the shop.
Like,
Close the shop. Yes.
it was a fantastic weekend, and I hope every Chelsea fan is happy about what has happened over the weekend. And I would like to tell everybody that we shouldn't be off guard about this performance. I believe the boys need to do a lot to make sure
More.
that
Yeah, we're
yeah,
gonna improve. We have to improve.
we have
Next
to improve
game we're
from
going to
Crystal Palace, I
no.
guess. Or
We're going to Switzerland to play against the
no, I'm talking
Servets.
about the Premier League.
Oh, the Premier League. Yeah, it's gonna be at Stamford Bridge Sunday, I think.
Oh, okay. So I believe
Crystal
we need.
Palace. Yeah.
Crystal Palace is also going through some few issues, and they've sold a lot of players. So there's opportunity for us to also, get the 3 points and make sure that we work so hard. And I wouldn't be surprised if we can see a lot of exit and a lot of incoming. And I'll be so happy if we'll be able to get Osimhen or maybe Sancho on our side. On that note, I say a very big thank you, and
Yeah.
I will
See you,
see you
brother.
guys soon. All right.
Thank you so much. Get some rest, man. Aziz is sleeping or he's walking or doing something. Thank you for helping anyways. You were in the chat but very, very quiet, Aziz. So I'm gonna have to disconnect you because probably you forgot that you had to come back. So People's Republic, thank you so much in the chat. Andrew, my brother, thank you. Jadon Sancho in the morning. Yeah, and Skylar also. United can't afford Osimhen. They already got Zirkzee and also Hoyland. Yeah, I think United should be fine if the coaching is fine. Making the right decisions is gonna help United this season. They are scary on paper though. They are very, very scary, but the coach need to start making some right decisions. Otherwise, by Christmas he's gone. So he need to be careful. So everybody that was in the chat, thank you so much. As you can tell, I'm very tired. My eyes here is just gone. So I'll see you tomorrow because we have some. If I'm not during the day, if I don't go live, that means it's gonna be at night again after work. But God bless you, and yeah, I'll see you guys.